Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new edition of the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. It is the Royal Rumble prediction, and I'm with your host, Frank, and myself, Obi-Wan. Thank you for joining us. I know it was an unscheduled time, but due to the fact that we got so much going on tomorrow, we decided, you know what, let's do a live show, and whoever jumps up on this podcast will definitely tune in and those that missed it, they can always rewatch it on YouTube, Facebook, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast platform. Once again, it is the Royal Rumble prediction. And before we get started, I'd like to give you guys some updated news that's going on around wrestling. Now we'll start with JD McDonough. Um, it has been reported that he will be out for months. Those of you that watched the show Monday Night Raw, JD McDonough was part of the tag team with the Judgment Day with Dominic Mysterio versus the War Raiders for the World Tag Team titles. And unfortunately, JD McDonough did a flip and landed outside the ring, and his head went bashing against the commentator table. Yet he still wrestled the whole entire match. And there was other moves that the War Raiders did against him, like the kick behind the head and everything else. Yet he continued to wrestle, and he made it all the way backstage. And news got out. TMZ first reported it that JD McDonough will be out for months, so he will not be partaking any of the close PLEs, which is including WrestleMania. But I have to give credit to JD, man. I really do, Frank.
You do, man. Look, I don't know exactly what his injury is.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear something of that,
Right.
but looking at this, you see what happened when he took a hard hit, and
Oh yeah.
the fact that he kept going and kept going. That just shows you that he's locked in, he's all in, and it's for him. It's hey, let's do it, let's get it done. But it
Right.
sucks because he's actually when he first came on board, I was like, oh god, I don't want to deal with this guy. I don't want to see this guy. And he's done great. He's done good.
Yeah. Well,
Hopefully
here's the
he
report. The report was that and this is again, this is not speculation. This is legit report because all of the media, the mainstream media reported the same thing. He suffered a severe injury during Monday Night Raw in Atlanta. He suffered broken ribs and a punctured lung during the World Tag Team Championship match. All that were all those maneuvers. And again, this is the reason why they say these are high risk and then you shouldn't do it at home. Okay. Safety. And these guys are pros and even professionals have the tendency to getting hurt while they're doing this. So
yeah,
after
well,
that, after that maneuver, when he went up to the ring, you could see Dominic Mysterio reaching for his hand like that confirmation, like, are you okay?
right.
But the fans, when they saw it, I heard their reaction. They were like, ooh, like, right? But when he got back up and everything else, they applauded JD, man. That show you a lot of respect right there. That even though he's a heel, the fans know that those maneuvers are real. Okay. And to get back up and to get an applause from the fans, and then it's almost like the fans applauded him, and then boom, back into action. He's a heel. Boo him. You know what I
Well,
mean?
of course, look, man, the one thing that we always have to remember,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, even it happens to me as a fan, right? You see these heels and you're like, oh god, I don't want to deal with this freaking guy. I don't like this guy. But man, look, you
Right.
know what? They're out there putting on a show. They they're not considered wrestlers because this is fake. And this is what I
Yeah,
tell
whatever.
everybody. This is what
Mhm.
I tell everybody. Okay, fake, choreographed, scripted, however you want to put it, right? Yes, it is. We know that. But what they're doing are real moves. What they're doing is
Exactly.
real. You got to be talented to be able to go to a top rope and just do a backflip, a backflip. Because I can tell you that my My ass can't do that. I can't go out onto the top rope and do a backflip. I'll land on my head. If that.
Shit, I don't even land on my. I probably land on my back. I couldn't even not even do
Exactly.
90 degrees. But hey,
Exactly.
that's why that's why they get paid the big bucks. They do that at least 200 times a year and stuff like that or more. And again, it's all about safety. I'm glad that he is okay. He was talking, doing interviews, and just I hope that he gets was it a self recovery, not self recovery, a safe recovery. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm messing up my words already.
That's
But
right. You sound like me.
hey,
Don't
more
worry
props
about
to
it.
them and everybody else. Another announcement on social media is we have a first inductee to the Hall of Fame, and that is Triple H. Stephanie McMahon gave the news to Triple H. Is on social media, and he is the main event of the Hall of Fame for 2025. How do you feel about this?
Rightfully so. I mean, I think he retired what, maybe 4 years ago, something like that,
Right.
more or less. He's been in the background, obviously. I mean, he's been in front of the fans. He's taken over the company.
Right.
At least everything else, and just going back into his career, I think it's very well deserved. I think he should be the main event of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I am a little bit bothered though because there should be other superstars, or I should say, former WWE superstars that should be honored ahead of Triple H, and that's
Well,
because they decided to distance themselves from the business, but they should be recognized, like
mhm.
Chris Jericho. He should be a Hall of
Well,
Famer,
the problem with
even
Chris
though
Jericho is that Chris Jericho is still wrestling.
right, but
Chris,
somewhere else. Look at Rey Mysterio still wrestling, and he
yeah,
was the Hall of Fame last year.
right. But hold on. This is where you go. Rey Mysterio is still with WWE.
Right.
Chris Jericho is with AEW.
Oh, I get
So
that.
they're
Don't get me
not,
wrong. What I'm saying is
and
that
I think
I don't
that's
care
what it
what
is.
promotion you're in, you should also be recognized for one. But what happened to The Rock? The Rock should be recognized in the Hall of Fame.
The Rock is still wrestling. I know. Rey Mysterio. I did not agree with Rey Mysterio being in the Hall of Fame because he's still an active wrestler.
Yeah,
So,
but
maybe that was a mistake. Maybe that was a
John
oops.
Cena's farewell should be along with the Hall of Fame. That's my opinion. I'm like I
You
said,
can't do that this year.
I'm not hating Triple H because I'm a big fan, but if
Mhm.
Triple H is in, I want to see next year The Rock be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I want to see the following year after that John Cena. These guys is what helped put they're the face of the WWE. Let's
Mhm.
acknowledge them as Hall of Famers, But that's just
Yeah.
saying. But I'm liking the decision. Um, and again, well deserved. I like the product that he gives, but besides that, he was one of the best wrestlers in the sport, and I'm definitely liking it. Um, Other news: Zelina Vega was announced that it was her last time on Monday Night Raw supporting Rey Mysterio. She's moving to SmackDown. At the same time, The Miz was lecturing Andrade about always needing a manager. That manager should, all the accolades of what the manager should do, right? And Andrade was like, "Thank you for the advice. I might do that," and walked away from the Miz. And then all of a sudden, we find out that Zelina Vega is going to SmackDown. I think it will be
Well.
the best move for Zelina Vega to become manager again. She did a wonderful job during COVID.
Mhm.
Remember, he was the Andrade was the United States champion. I think it should continue, and I think that will help Andrade's status and become champion again.
Yeah, I think that will be good. You have a reunion there.
Mhm.
They've been around together before, so maybe that's what it is. Selena Vega's gonna be repackaged. I don't think in reality she wasn't really doing much with the LWO anyways. She was just I can't she'll have one match here and there, and
Yeah, but the
pretty much
LWO should phase out pretty soon because
I hope so.
it's not really the real LWO, right?
It's not catching the
No,
the time
no.
for the LWO has passed.
No, but you know what's not past as now the future is the FLG, and it's not what it really means. It's called Legends and Future Greats, and what it is that they're bringing all these um prospects, and every week starting Sunday, February 16, they're going to prove themselves, and it's like a competition, and they're going to select the top. And I think, if not mistaken, as of right now, there's one slot available for NXT. And I guess the
Hmm.
winner of FLG are going to move on and get a contract for NXT. And there's a couple of people on that roster. We'll talk about it when it gets closer, that wrestled independently here in Connecticut. Um, so I'm pretty interested to see if they make maintain that momentum. So if you want to look at the roster, look at WWE ID, and you can look at pictures on social media. Um, and then now let's get ready for the Royal Rumble, shall we?
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's start off with first
Yeet.
the women's possible returns. Becky Lynch, Cargill. It reports that she's back at the Performance Center.
Mm.
Talks about Alexa Bliss's contract is still not finalized, and Asuka. I
Then
guess they're creating a storyline for her, and then the Bella
is
twins coming
that
back.
looks like Nikki?
Yeah, Nikki Bella. But if she's back, wouldn't the sister come back? I mean,
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know.
I don't
No,
think
you
so.
don't think so?
I
No.
don't think so.
So that might be great. Another superstar that might be coming back. Oh, not coming back. She was there in the Royal Rumble last year, and that's Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace. It's been reports that she has a WWE contract, and she could be the wild card of the entire Women's Royal Rumble because she did a fabulous job last year. I think she eliminated a few, but then she got taken out quickly because she was part of TNA. Um, but I'm interested because dude, I would love to see her versus Rhea Ripley. That would be an outstanding match. But
Yeah.
here are some other females that, if you look at the ticker down below, so far those are the official names entering the Royal Rumble. And let me start off with, let me see. Here we go. In the women's, we have, trying to look it up right now. Come on, don't make me wait, don't make me wait. Ah, there we go. Here we go. Charlotte Flair is one. She got promos and everything else, so she's definitely gonna be at the Royal Rumble.
Hmm.
Nia Jax was the first one, and then Bailey. Naomi and Bianca Belair, which is funny because how are you going to go ahead and say you're going to win? Then the other one said they're going to win. And then they're next, they both say, oh, we are going to win. There's only one woman standing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So I was like,
that's gonna pose
whatever.
that's gonna pose
Uh,
a big problem.
Liv Morgan, she's been runner up the last two Royal Rumbles. Lara Valkyria is the new women's intercontinental champion. Ivy now wants to get a hold of it, but they had some words they exchanged, but she's also in it. And Io Sky is also in it. And then Raquel Gonzalez is another one that's going to be in it.
Hmm.
And my wild card on all this, I do expect Jordan Grace to be in it. I do expect a couple of TNA wrestlers to be a part of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So out of all that, the names that I just told you, my question to you is, who is your favorite to win the women's Royal Rumble?
You know, I was thinking Liv at one point, but no. I think her reign's done. I wouldn't mind seeing Raquel Gonzalez. I mean Rodriguez. You know, but it's really a toss up, man. It's hard to pick because you're looking at what's going on, and one week you're like, oh yeah, you know what? I think Bailey's gonna get it,
Hmm.
and then you see what went on with Io Sky, and she's like, I'm in the Royal Rumble. So there you
Yeah.
see where it's like, all right, so she's gonna
Especially there, she was facing Bailey face to face. I'll
correct.
see you
So
at the
there,
Rumble.
right. So you
Hmm.
see that, and you're like, all right, they're gonna X each other out. You know, could it be Nia Jax? To go after Rhea Ripley again.
Yeah.
Or go after Tiffy time. So
Mm.
it's hard to decide. I don't have a set favorite, but if I think anyone's gonna do it, I would say maybe Nia Jax.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that. And she has the main storyline. She's the center of attention on both brands anyway.
Hmm.
Minus the champions, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Charlotte Flair. I know a lot of people probably don't want it. I don't want it, but I just don't see anyone in this roster capable of main eventing WrestleMania. If I had to pick a female to WrestleMania, I'm sorry, to main event WrestleMania, I don't have it. The only person is Charlotte Flair, which, by the way, has main event in WrestleMania. So I'm gonna pick Charlotte Flair,
I mean, she's won it
but
twice.
Charlotte Flair,
Yeah.
she won it
She's
once.
No,
She
she won
won
in
it back in
2019,
2020.
and I'm sorry, she was a runner-up in 19 and 2022. I'm sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. Come on,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
you, man. I
Sorry,
got
sorry,
you.
sorry, sorry.
She's been a runner-up
She was a
twice,
runner-up twice. Yes,
but
yes.
Liv Morgan has been runner-up back to back. So last year
23
and
and
the year
24.
before,
Right.
Liv Morgan, right? Last year's Final Four was Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Liv Morgan, and Bailey. I mean, Jade Cargill, if she does enter the Royal Rumble, she could probably make it to the Final Four. But I right now have Liv Morgan in the Final Four with Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Bailey. Those four superstars in the finals. Do you have a Final Four?
Hmm. Well, let's
You
break it
got
down.
Nia Jax one,
Got
right?
Nia Jax. Definitely, I mean, Charlotte Flair will be in there. Bailey is a toss-up. Liv Morgan might be in there too, though. So I'm gonna say my final four: Charlotte, Nia
Uh-huh.
Jax, Bailey, Liv.
Okay. Nia Jax, Charlotte
You
Flair,
see, this
Bailey,
is
and Liv.
you know what,
Okay.
but this is where it's a toss up, right? Because
Right.
if we know for sure that Jade Cargill is gonna be in, then I will say that she will be in the final four.
So if Jay Cargill did go, who would you take out?
Liv,
Hmm.
I
I
would
would
take
say
Liv
she'll
Morgan
take
out.
out Bianca Belair. I got a feeling Bianca Belair is the reason why Jay Cargill got attacked months ago. Notice that no one else has come forward to say
No one has said
that they
anything.
did it.
It's
So it's got to be Bianca Belair
I think that will come out soon enough.
in the Royal Rumble. Should she enter the Royal Rumble? Exactly. Um, let's talk about some lottery picks here because a part of this prediction, you got to have a number, right? You got to have
Mhm.
a number that's going to win the Royal Rumble. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that that number is going to be the person you chose, right?
Right.
So, if you wants to pick a lottery number, who first of all, you got to give me four numbers for your final four. And out of those four numbers, you have to give me the winner. Who are your final four for the women's Royal Rumble?
Hmm. We're gonna go with number 28.
Huh?
We're gonna go number 3. I'm gonna pick,
Ooh.
and then we're gonna go. The rest is really a toss up. Um, let's go with number 15, and let's go with number 25.
All right. Okay. Well, in my perspective, I did tell you that Charlotte Flair is going to win the Royal Rumble.
Mhm.
Okay. I do have Liv Morgan, I do have Bianca Belair, and I do got Bailey. Okay. I think that Io Sky and Jordan Grace, those two superstars, may be the wild card of all this. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, my numbers, I say 30, 25. I even go around the limb and say, let me see number two. I'll put number two in there just for shits and giggles. I don't know. And then I go halfway. Or maybe I'll just go with my son's birthday, who turns 13 tomorrow. I'll put number 13 right there.
Okay.
Bingo. I take that. All right.
All right.
Fair enough. And of course, we'll add on to our prediction. We'll put it on our website, hhwshow.com, and under prediction, you can see our results, our numbers, our lottery, and our winners. And we still have Hector to give us his picks. What we get momentarily or maybe later on the show. But definitely check out our website at hhwshow.com. Let's go ahead and move on to other matches that is scheduled there, right? We're ready to cover the women's Royal Rumble. How about the undisputed WWE Championship between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens?
Hmm. You know, I don't really see Kevin Owens winning this match. I see him giving Cody a real hard time,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really see him winning the match. The only way that I will see him winning the match is if Cody Rhodes really legitimately gets hurt and they call an audible, mid match.
Right.
But I don't see it. I mean, I think Cody's gonna win this match hands down.
Right. Fair enough. I agree with you. Cody Rhodes will reach up to the ladder, not only grabbing his title, but definitely he's going to return the old school heavyweight championship back to the hands of Triple H so they can store it and preserve that title. So looking forward for that to happen. Also,
Hmm.
two best out of three matches. Here we go with the Royal Rumble here with the tag team championship between the Machine Guns and DIY. I'm actually gonna go for the Machine Guns. I think I know it's I think when they add a stipulation, it's almost like it's favored for
Hmm.
DIY, but I really don't want them to have those belts, man. I'm going for DIY. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going for the Machine Guns.
Yeah, the Motor City Machine Guns. I mean, that's
Right.
who I have. I think that when they first won the title, I don't feel that they were very deserving of the title, just for the simple fact that they haven't been around much in the WWE. I've seen what they've done when they were at
Independent
TNA,
scenes. Yeah. Hmm.
right in the independent scene in the TNA, and they're phenomenal.
Right.
And I think now, the feud that they have been going on, and all the other matches that they've had, has put them into places for them to win and take the titles from DIY. So my
Absolutely.
my my prediction does go to DIY.
It's almost similar to the New Day and the Usos when they had their rivalry.
Correct.
I could see those titles change hands constantly. So absolutely.
Hmm.
Uh all right, let's move on to probably the main event of the evening there. All right, because there's only 4 matches. And of course, the women's and the men's, they're probably gonna be an hour long or maybe more. So in the men's Royal Rumble, and you can look at the names that's on the clicker there. Um, Pretty interesting because we got a lot of heavy hitters. I don't know when's the last time we had a lot of heavy hitters going into the Royal Rumble. John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Jay Uso, LA Knight, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Penta, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, and yet we still don't know the rest of the roster to be added on here. And it's anyone can win this, and it's very hard to predict. Okay, so I got my final 4, but before I make my announcements, Frank, what is your final 4 and your winner?
This was hard because you have what here? You like you said, you have a bunch of heavy hitters, right?
I mean, we could break it down by
You.
what. Let's break it down. One, John Cena, no beef with nobody.
Hmm.
He has an agenda. It's just farewell. He got nothing to lose. You
Hmm.
agree?
I
All right.
completely agree.
All right. Let's talk about CM Punk. CM Punk beat what? Drew McIntyre. Drew
Yep.
McIntyre's mad about that. He beat Seth Rollins.
Rollins. Seth Rollins is
Seth
mad about that
Rollins is
too.
mad about that. Who else he got? He even made there's a favor that needs to be added for
Correct.
Paul. What if that favor happens at the Royal Rumble?
What if you have the last two being CM Punk and Roman Reigns?
Whoa, dude. That's a thought process that I had too. That's the thought process. All right.
I mean,
Roman Reigns got beef with
uh-huh.
nobody except for Solo Sokoa. And by the way, we didn't mention Solo Sokoa is not official, but you know he should be in the Royal Rumble. Definitely.
I think
Okay.
those two are going to cancel each other out.
You think so?
I think so. I think
Well,
there's going to be a cancellation there.
Roman Reigns. Oh, and by the way, Roman Reigns, he is the face of the new video game, WWE
Yeah,
2K25.
yeah, but that doesn't mean that he has to win the match. I mean that he has to win the Royal Rumble.
I mean, he should because he's
Was
the
it? I
face.
think Rey Mysterio was on the 24 one, wasn't it?
Thought there was a lot of superstars on it, depending on which one you buy.
Yeah.
But that's
I mean,
okay.
well,
That's all right.
none of them won the Royal Rumble, anyways.
All right, we got Seth freaking Rollins,
I mean, look, yeah,
which
but
I'm looking forward for Seth Rollins to face Roman Reigns. I'm looking forward to that. That's a tease. That's a big teaser right now. Um, all right, Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna say why Drew McIntyre is not gonna win, and more likely not in the final 4, because he never finishes what he started.
right. Well,
When he matched with Jey Uso, lost. Did he not lose to Sami Zayn? No, he cheated against
he
Sami Zayn.
this week
He
he cheated.
beginning to
Yes.
cheat now, right? He had his
Yeah.
legs on the ropes. Um, he lost to Jey Uso, Seth Rollins. Like, there's so many things that's happening to Drew McIntyre that it's unbelievable. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, finish the job. and his ego's in there. And once he starts seeing the bloodline, he's gonna be so tunnel vision that he's gonna forget everything else, and that's how he's gonna get eliminated.
Absolutely. I think that he's going to be taken out by the bloodline.
Jay
Whether
Uso's in it.
whether they all work together or whether the OG bloodline and the new bloodline work apart,
Yeah.
he's going to be taken out by the bloodline. It doesn't matter.
All right. We got
I
Jay
mean,
Uso in
you
there.
got
We
Jey
have
Uso.
LA Knight.
I don't think LA Knight will be in the final four. Definitely not.
No,
You know,
no. Rey Mysterio, not in the final
no,
four.
no, no.
Sami Zayn, maybe.
Final five, maybe.
Final
Final
five.
six.
Chill,
You
he's the
know,
elite eight.
you know. But this
There
was
you
hard.
go.
But I mean, look, I think if I gotta go with, I'll go with John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and Roman Reigns.
Say that again.
John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns.
CM Punk, Jay Uso, and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's my theory on this one. Since you jumped in there, all right. We didn't even get to Brown Breaker.
I
You
know.
know, the Intercontinental Champion, Carmelo Hayes. I see Carmelo Hayes and Penta trying to tag along. We didn't even talk about Logan Paul, and he's in there. Dude, believe it or not, Logan Paul, I got a feeling that he may ruin John Cena's goal in winning the Royal Rumble.
You know what? There was some crap going on today on, I think, on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
You know, with Logan Paul talking crap. So I'm not sure who it was.
Well, I mentioned it last week, and I mentioned it the week before. Every time that Logan Paul's on camera or says something, he always pointed at the watch during the debut of Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
His promos talking about being the GOAT. And then, like, he went in on Raw, talking about he entered the Royal Rumble and trying to talk trash to Seth Rollins and Gunther. And first of all, Logan Paul is not winning the Royal Rumble. It's just not happening. There's no
No.
match for him. And I think that's going to burn a lot of bridges if he eliminates John Cena. And I could see a potential match there leading
Mm-hmm.
into the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
But Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and John Cena are my final four. Now I noticed that you said that Roman Reigns and CM Punk might be the last two. Maybe. I'd rather see Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as the last two because those are the faces. And we might not get another opportunity for a one-on-one match between them two again, right?
I like that.
But I'm picking Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble. I
I don't
really
think
do. And I think he's going to
I don't
get
think he's
back
gonna
his
win the Royal
title. He's
Rumble.
chasing that title.
But I don't think he's gonna win the Royal Rumble. I think that's gonna be either CM Punk or John Cena.
If Roman Reigns does not win the Royal Rumble, expect Roman Reigns in the Elimination Chamber to win the title.
That's possible. But I don't
Yep.
think Roman Reigns is gonna win the Royal Rumble.
Okay. I respect that. I like it. All
You know,
right, let's talk
I'm
about some lottos. Ready? Final four numbers. Let's go.
final
This
four
is the men's
numbers.
now.
Hmm.
Mm. You want me to help you, man? I'll help you. Here are
No,
my
no, no,
final
no.
four numbers. I have
Uh,
29, 27, 19, and 8. Those are my final four numbers.
29, 27.
19 and 8.
Huh.
Huh. I know. I know.
Uh,
I'm that good.
oh, shut up.
And number 29 is going to win the Royal Rumble.
I'm going to go with 24, 1, 27, and number. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. The only number. You know what? Let's go with number 4. Number 4 has
Ah,
never won the Rumble.
number 4 has never won the Royal Rumble. All right. So I'm glad we brought this up because here's the stats. All right. Number 30 has been in the final 4 17 times. And out of those 17 times, 5 victories. Okay. I'm picking number 29 because number 29's won it twice, but they appeared in the final 4 14 times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're saying number 24 is going to win?
No, I said number 4.
Number 4 is going to win.
I said 4.
No, I'm saying, but you saying 4 is going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
If 4 makes it to the final 4, it'll be the second time in the Royal Rumble history that number reaches there. But it's never won anything. Well, if you want to talk about history, number 9 and number 12 has never been to the final 4. Those are the only 2 numbers since 1988 that superstar number 9 and superstar number 12 has never reached the final 4.
It's crazy.
Crazy as that is.
Out of all the Royal Rumbles that they've had
since 1988, yes. Number 9, number 12, obsolete. Number 3, number 4, number 6 are the only ones that made it to the final 4 once. And number 3 won it. And that was Ric Flair who won it back in 1992. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. That's the only time that number 3 won it.
Yeah, exactly. The only time in the final 4 and the only time to win it. I'm trying to find anybody else that made it one time and won, but it seems like that is the only number. There's a bunch of 2s.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, Cody Rhodes won it back to back, right? And that was number 15 for Cody and number 30 for Cody. The year before that, Brock Lesnar was number 30. The year before that, number 1 was Edge. And Edge and Randy Orton were the only 2 superstars, 1 and 2, to make it all the way to the very end. The last time that happened, again, that was back in 2021. And then we could go back to the 1s and 2s in 1999 when Vince McMahon eliminated Stone Cold Steve Austin. In 1995, Shawn Michaels defeated the British Bulldog. That they were 1 and 2. So 3 times in the Royal Rumble history that number 1 and number 2 entry to the Royal Rumble has made it to the finals. So that's crazy talk right there. Only 4 superstars has won it back to back. Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Cody Rhodes. Mm-hmm. And only Stone Cold Steve Austin has won it 3 times. He's the only superstar that won it 3 times. We're not going to get there yet, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. But what do you think about this comment?
All right.
That Eric Tate put up. I think Punk will turn heel at the Royal Rumble.
Well, Punk is more of a tweener.
Right.
But in a sense, Punk will always get the fans' reaction as CM Punk. And you notice with Paul Heyman, right? Paul Heyman is the guy that people love now. People love Roman Reigns. So it's like, how would you turn heel? The one that's going to turn, I know you mentioned Austin Theory. Austin Theory is moving on to Raw. And when he had his performance, I think in NXT in Atlanta, he had the biggest pop.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people want Austin Theory to get away from Grayson Waller. And
Yes.
I think WWE is going to listen in on that one. Yes.
Did you watch NXT last night?
Just read about it. I'm not really big
I
on
mean,
NXT
I
right
really
now.
don't. I really don't watch it much, but it was
Right.
funny because I turned it on, and you saw where they had Austin Theory and Grayson Waller with
Right.
Grayson
I
Waller
read about
effect,
it. Yes. Mhm.
and I can't remember the guy's name, the champion right now in NXT. I He has some name I don't even want to
Obi.
put. Obi, there he goes.
Yeah, it's just me.
So
It was me. Yeah.
yeah, so you saw where the fans were 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 chanting, "Turn on Grayson, turn on
Yeah.
Grayson."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I read.
So
Right.
it's you see the where the fans want it, and here as of late, WWE has given the fans what they want.
Right.
You know, so it looks like that might happen.
Well, big shout out to Galley Nation 716. I want to say it says at Eric Tate. I guess they had a
Eric Tate was the one
um
that put the Punk
I think
will
Punk will
turn
turn
heel.
heel. Eric says I
Right.
like the theory explained. Again, it's like CM Punk. I mean, what will make CM Punk turn heel? How would he make the fans turn on him?
I don't think he can. I
What is
don't think
it's
he
gotta
can.
be, it's gotta be something that Paul Heyman has to do. And I don't know. And one thing is Paul Heyman will never turn his back on Roman Reigns.
I think it will have to be where CM Punk turns on Paul Heyman. Is the
Because he didn't
only
follow
way that
through because he didn't follow through the promise.
something, but I don't. I can't see him just turning heel and nobody liking him or him being booed.
Mm.
Because who's the other wrestler that I can't remember who it is, and I think they were on Monday. I was like, man, this guy's hated, but he's liked. Um,
That's a lot of them, man.
there's a lot. There's a lot, but it was someone in particular, and I have to go back and look at it.
I'm sure to come back to you. I'm sure. Um
Mhm.
Again, there's so many scenarios to this. Um I don't think John Cena is gonna win. And I'm paying attention to the words he's using in his
Mhm.
interviews. Um, the, I don't think his goal is to become champion because he said himself that he doesn't want to take the spotlight out of somebody else's full time, and I understand that. But then I want to tell him that you're not taking Owen's spot. You're earning what's rightfully yours. And
Right.
I'm a firm believer that the only real champion in WWE is John Cena. He is the only 16-time champion because he's done it all in one
One brand.
organization, one
Mhm.
brand. That's it. So you bought out WCW. That doesn't make you a 16-time champion. And I understand that it's Ric Flair, and everybody loves Ric Flair. I get it. I totally
Woo!
understand it.
Sorry.
But then you got his daughter who's trying to make that claim to reach up to his 16-time world title. I
I
think she's
hope
at
not.
14, but those numbers fluctuate every time. So I don't know. But regardless, I'm actually looking forward. And to be honest with you, I think within my final four, only two may make it because there's a lot of hot superstars, man.
A lot.
I'm telling you,
Listen,
this roster is all
this is
about their performance and see how they could get these guys, like the fans, everybody involved, and everything else. But at the end, I'm always looking at the sales merchandise. Who has been number one?
mhm.
CM Punk is up there, man. Cody
Oh yeah.
Rhodes is the highest in 2024. Roman Reigns is number three. I'm just saying. Number three, I mean, he's highly regarded and everything else. He's the face. He's leading, but at the same time, when it came
But
to
the thing
sales,
is that I
go ahead.
think that yeah, he's going for the title, but I don't think he's gonna get the title back that easy.
Nothing's easy, but he's going to be the champion again. Why are you putting someone's face on the video game and not become champion?
Can't do that
And
on
it's
the
Roman Reigns. I could anybody else. You put Kofi Kingston in there, okay, I got it. But we're talking about Roman Reigns. Just not suited, not fitting if you don't put that belt around his waist. I'm just saying. Just saying. I could be wrong, but that's why we always predict.
Well, look, in 2023, John Cena was on the cover and he didn't win. I mean, last year it was Cody Rhodes.
What year was this?
In 2023, I'm looking at one right now. It's John Cena was on the cover.
Hmm. He wasn't even full time.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
2022, it was Rey Mysterio, and I don't think he was champion in 2022, was he?
Rey Mysterio wasn't the champion. No.
Right?
Well,
Okay.
if he was a tag team champion. But I see. But John Cena's been on the cover of WWE games many, many, many times. Just as
Probably.
many times he's been on the cover, the champion being 16 times. So it is what it is. I mean, I could go back to 2008, which by the way, he won the Royal Rumble that year. So I think it was Raw versus SmackDown, that video game, and a lot of wrestlers there, but John Cena was in the front of the crowd. Um, Again, like there's so much we go by, but this year's it's got to be special. It's a special one. So, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Will Brock Lesnar show up on this one?
It'll be interesting.
Would what's his face? Oh, Goldberg show up? Just saying. We didn't even talk about like Finn Balor or like he's been AWOL. Would he come out of nowhere?
Yeah, where is
Um,
Finn Balor?
I think Finn Balor might come up quick because of JD McDonough not being around anymore. And then what's
Yeah,
gonna happen to
I mean, I think that.
Judgment Day?
Well, I think this is the perfect timing to end Judgment Day. You know, I think it's the perfect timing to end Judgment Day now, where JD's gone.
Mhm.
I mean, in reality, who is you got left in Judgment Day?
Dominic
I gotta choose
Mysterio.
one. You know,
Yeah, Dominic
yeah.
Mysterio. We have
I got.
Carlito,
Uh-huh.
Liv Morgan, Raquel. But then Liv Morgan's treating Dominic Mysterio like a punk, whatever. So it is what it is. Man, regardless, look, bottom line, I know we're getting off track here and everything else, but the Royal Rumble is gonna be interesting. I like the comments, so let's put it as he says. The ideal is Rock coming out at number 31, The Rock to break the rules of the Rumble because he is the final boss. It's his rules and eliminates Roman. Ha ha ha. You know what? I like that. And it'll resemble of today's society, right? Look what's going on in politics. President Trump here in the United States is signing all kinds of executive orders, and it's
Mm-hmm.
pissing a lot of people off. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
half the Americans are like, okay, and the other Americans like, oh no. And there's so many mixed emotions and everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vince McMahon was very, very good at creating storylines
Based on
that
society.
match in today's society. Okay. And it always started in the 80s when he took over the WWF/WWE, when all these wrestlers came from different countries. Yeah, they were all Americans, by the way. Um, which is brilliant. Why not
But you,
This is good. But then again, I say
that
to myself, on the
that
debut of
actually,
Netflix,
wow,
he honored Cody Rhodes
Cody Rhodes.
and Roman Reigns. And it almost seemed like
Who knows?
all is done. And he came out with his personal championship belt, right?
But I think that right now he's in
Mm-hmm.
the. I think he's doing that the live movie for Moana.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know how much time he really has right now, but I know
And
that.
John Cena's finishing his post-production on his latest movie.
Hmm.
So there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
But nothing more a lot than talking about the final boss being number 31, which I cannot say has never happened. Well, in a 30-man battle royal, we never had a 31.
No.
Remember that Triple H, when he was the authority, came at number 30 to win the belt from Roman Reigns,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Um, and the only time we had extra wrestlers was in 2011 when we had a 40-man battle royal, which Alberto Del Rio ended up winning that one. That's why the
Right.
numbers are excluded from 2011 because he was number 38 and won.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? Galley Nation 716, I agree with you 100%, but it's not part of my prediction. I can't use it. But damn, that will piss me off if he does that. Because then it just like I got number 29 winning it. If 31
Yeah.
comes and win it, man, I just that's like losing my DraftKings for football right there. Like, damn, he kicked the winning field goal and I missed the spread. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
but yeah, yeah. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna duly note it. And should that happen, Galley Nation 716, I got you here on the HHW Show podcast, man. All right. Leave your comments below. Give me your info, man. Let's see what you got. You can also find us on Facebook on the HHW Show. Then you can find me on Twitter. You can write to me on our website, hhwshow.com, and I will put it in the comments here. And I like it. I like it. Oh, he said respect. Well, respect, dude. I'm telling you, I will. I will blast you for number 31. And the
Yeah.
thing
Well,
is,
yeah. Absolutely.
it's crazy because it could happen. Everything's so unpredictable. You could just never know. Shit, they can even add 32 on it. I don't care. As long as they don't put Hulk Hogan, so we don't have his feelings hurt. Because man, they booed the shit out of him, man, on the debut at
Yeah, they did,
Netflix.
man.
Yeah,
I
they did
didn't
him.
know
They
what
did
to
him
do. I was
dirty.
like, I can't believe that. I couldn't believe that they booed him like that,
The
man.
guy that helped build what is today, it get booed out. Crazy.
But you know what it is, man.
Put his mouth
He
where he
did
don't
it.
belong. He did it to
Yep.
himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, and this day, yeah, Punk destroyed him in his promo. Yes, he did. He did. I agree.
Oh,
But it is what it is.
yeah.
It's not
Hey,
like
listen, that is our prediction. Again, tune in to the HHW show. I'm going to be live during the men's Royal Rumble, and I'm going to break down the data, the statistics, everything going in. Who is possible? Look, you want to talk about percentages and everything else? I got you on this show because when I'm watching this men's Royal Rumble, I'm going to be live and I'm going to tell you the possibilities of which superstar is going to win or lose based on all the data since 1988. Yes,
number 4 is gonna win.
number 4 ain't doing nothing. number
Yeet.
4, number 4 is going to be like what's his name? Titus O'Neil when he's running down the ring and he's going to trip and fall and slide underneath the ring. That's your number 4.
That will be crazy. So Gally says,
He's
Sharp.
asking if Charlotte winning the women's. Yes, she is.
Yeah, she
She
is.
is winning the Royal Rumble. There is unless Jordan Grace comes in there and just wrecks everybody, then that's my second pick. But I got Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble. Eventually, my guy here, Frank, says Nia Jax. Mm, mm, that's all I'm saying. But I can't wait for Frank to go ahead and make his prediction. So Hector, excuse me, Hector make his
Yeah, that's
prediction.
what I
I
was
said
like.
Frank, didn't I? Yeah,
You
I'll
mean
keep
Victor?
messing
You
that
mean
up
Victor?
all
You
the
mean
time.
Victor?
I mean
Victor?
Victor.
Victor?
Yeah.
Victor? Victor? There we go.
Hey, that wraps up our show. Thank you for listening to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. Until this Saturday, tune in to the HHW Show podcast. We're going live, play by play. We're watching it with you, and we share comments, everything else. The Royal Rumble is going to be fascinating. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Be safe. You gotta love some wrestling, yeah.
Yeet.